So I recently hit a bit of a plateau with my playing and I wasn't very happy with what I was doing. I found I was playing the same old minor pentatonic and blues licks over things and I was just a bit bored of it all. So one of my favourite guitar players is Frank Gambale, so I thought I'd buy a couple of his books and see what sort of stuff he teaches and recommends. So the one I'm going to look at today is this one. And it is the Frank Gambale Technique Book 1. Okay, so it's quite heavy on the theory, so if you don't know any theory, it might be a bit heavy, but if you know a little bit, this book is unbelievable. So he teaches in there how to solo over various chords. So today we're going to look at soloing over a second chord within the key. So the reason that the D minor here is a second chord, because we're playing in the key of C. So the notes in C are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back to C. So the second note there was a minor, which is D minor. And the chords in the key go major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and then back to major. Okay, so D is the second chord in the key, it's a minor. So let's have a look at playing over a D minor chord when D is the second chord in a scale. I also recommend getting this book because there's so much information in here that totally takes you out of your normal playing style and your normal little routines of playing the same things over again. So yeah, let's get on with it. Let's have a look at D minor as a second chord. So over a D minor, because it is the second chord in the scale of C, the scale that you would use over the top of that would be a Dorian mode. So the notes in a D Dorian mode are D, E, F, G, A, B natural, and C, because it contains the same notes as a C major scale, but in a different order. So the scale that you would use over a D minor, if you were playing in the key of C, or if it was the second chord within the key, would be a Dorian mode. So let's have a little listen how that would sound over a backing track. So because we're in the key of C, even though we're playing the second chord, any arpeggios in the key of C will work. So let's have a look at the arpeggios. So we've got a C major 7, a B minor 7 flat 5, an A minor 7, a G7, a F major 7, an E minor 7, and a D minor 7, and then we're back to C major 7. Okay, so any of those will work over that arpeggio. So now let's have a look at how they sound over the top of that backing track. So you'll notice that over the top of that D minor arpeggio, all of the arpeggios from the key of C worked. However, some sounded better. So to me, the major ones sounded better, and especially F major 7. That seems to fit really well. And the F major 7 has got an F, which is in a D minor 7, an A, which is in a D minor 7, a C, which is in a D minor 7, but it's also got the E, which isn't in the D minor 7, but that would be a ninth within the D minor 7. So you'd have, which gives it that nice sound. So yeah, so all the arpeggios, the diatonic arpeggios within the key of C, work over that chord. Now we've had a look at the scale, or the main scale or mode, and the arpeggios. Let's have a look at the pentatonics. So over a D minor 7, you can obviously use a D minor pentatonic. But you can also use an E minor pentatonic, because all of those notes are also in the C major scale. And you can also use an A minor pentatonic. Because all of those notes are also from the C major scale. So again, we can use D minor pentatonic, an E minor pentatonic, and an A minor pentatonic. So let's have a listen to how they sound over the top of that backing track. And last but not least, intervals. So because we're in the key of C, we would use diatonic intervals, so intervals within that key. So for example, fourths, or thirds, and you can either play them as double stops and play the two together, or as single notes. Okay, and the intervals that work really well in this key are thirds, or over this chord should I say, not in this key, are thirds, fourths, fifths and sixths.